okay, if my team does not need the resources, where can I put my resources, right? What can I do with myself if they don't need me? Because I can do something here. I don't have to be worthless. I don't have to just be like autopiloting. I can be a little more proactive.
Do you want coaching? Are you hard stuck? Do you walk around maps aimlessly, not knowing what to do? Do you not have the money to pay for an actual coach? Well, guess what? I'm here to help you. Join my Discord in the description below, and I will potentially look at your replay codes and watch them for you on stream. This is real. This is free coaching. You just give me a replay to look at, and I will give you some feedback on it. That's it. So do me a favor, check it out if you want, and let's get on with the full video.
Like I played on team for probably like 2-3 years, and I played with like a bunch, like the other players I was playing with were really good. And in like, I think it was about a year ago, I peaked like Masters 2, but that was under like the wonky like boosted season of like season 3, I think.
Right.
So that was like a year ago. And then I think after just losing a lot, I just kind of got discouraged and I think I just got burnt out because of the high amount I was playing.
Yeah,
for such a short
yeah.
amount of time.
I get that. So, let's see here. So, I'm going to ask you, what do you think is the best way for us to go about this first point? That's all I hear.
I think usually, like once your tank or whatever takes that staircase, I think. But the problem is that bottom. Because if you go bottom, you're kind of like if you know there's like an Ash or whatever, or like someone holding that sideline, you're kind of fucked. But I was thinking once you get that bridge, you would go stairs and just try to bunker there, and then sort of slowly push up.
Yeah. So, Paraiso, I like to think of this first point, it just has like checkpoints basically, right? So you got to make sure you've cleared and gotten through this high ground. Then you need to make sure you've cleared and gotten through this high ground before you can really make some actual pressure for this point. Now, as Ana, we are a little limited what we can do here, right?
Yeah.
But that does not mean that there's nothing we can do, right? So obviously our DPS are honestly basically everybody else is going to have a better time of attempting to clear this high ground and give you the space to move. But you know, you're pretty protected here. It's probably not a great idea for them to just come hard run on the back line. So you've got a little bit of room to work. Don't be afraid to just kind of fish for something, right? Fish for a nade, because that'll push them back and give your team that advantage for you to continue pushing, right? I'll see what you do here, but always think about like there's a lot of more applications of just like how can you help take the space, and Ana just has a lot to her, right? So here, right, we're just playing safe, and I know it's kind of like we don't really know what their comp is. But there's really nothing that is threatening us because Sombra and Tracer are going to have a hard time getting back here. Again, if Queen turns on you, then I think she just faces the whole wrath of your team. You should be okay.
Yeah.
D.Va DMs it, right? So you can play a little more aggressively here, right? But, I mean, that's what we're looking for. Maybe put like, a little more thought about like where that nade is gonna go. See, I feel like you're just kind of
that sleep was bad. I thought the
right.
was going to
Yeah, no, that's fine. It's more of just like you're kind of throwing the abilities, but hoping they hit. But with Ana, there's a lot like, especially with nade, you can use other parts of the map. Like you can use the top of that roof, right?
I think I'm trying to hit the top of the doorway or slash the side.
Yeah. So this is good, right? Now we have a choice, and honestly, I don't know if there is a right choice here. Actually, there probably is. We'll talk about it. We can either go up this high ground and come here and kind of take this bridge, or we can go this way and go up here. What do you think is better?
I mean that completely depends on the comp, but I guess with
in this situation, right?
In this situation, I would assume pushing up those stairs on the right and just taking that high ground, and sort of being able to maybe like jiggle between that doorway or help support the D.Va, like
right.
In.
So this is really good because we know one of the DPS is gone, the one that's kind of the most threatening, and we have all of the space, right? So we don't have to worry because a lot of times you'll get to you'll play this map and they'll be pushed back only to here, right? And you can't really push up this staircase really well, or you'll get ran at. So you kind of have to go up this way or play back. But since you've taken the space already, you might as well go up here. This queen is definitely going to get forced down, and it gives you just this perfect sight line, right?
Yeah, I think I pushed main because I think I was just tunnel visioning on the queen.
Right. I see. You know, this is kind of the thing here. It's like your Kiri is main. Most of your team is full health.
I think this would have been a better opportunity to take an off angle.
Yeah, right.
Because
Ana,
they would have been like everyone was fine. Like,
yeah,
no
yeah,
one-
exactly. Ana can do it. That's still a fine nade.
And
that
then
kind of
I
sucks.
tried to take the queen.
All good, right? I think they were just kind of in shambles, but you know, there's some micro stuff you do there. But yeah, if your team is full, if the Kiri, in my opinion, should probably be the one looking more for flanks and opportunities, but she isn't going to do that, and you have the space. Why not?
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, it's low diamond. Like, it's fine. like they don't do that. Like I know. Like I
Right.
played down here for years. Like I know they don't do
Right.
that.
So yeah, here's a little awkward, right? Because we're kind of waiting for our diva to make sure top left is clear. We can probably push for top left right
Like,
now.
is there a better position I can be playing? Like, could
The
I be
only
potentially
other thing is that earlier, like nowadays, like not nowadays, now,
Yeah.
no. But earlier you could have, if you thought you'd have a problem getting through, you could have started here. That would also give you plenty of opportunity to just kind of sneak a nade in from the side, give you that good angle. Here, like going here, it's fine. You can rotate out if you need. You can still go for those sneaky nades from the side. But, you're not doing much, right? You're just kind of like sitting back and waiting and waiting. I think that you have the opportunity to go here. Maybe just kind of like peek in, look for something like, cause they don't really know. You could throw that nade and run away, but that's still perfect value to where they're going to, back up, if Tracer tries to chase you, run away. If not, then you keep going. Right.
Okay.
I think a lot of times you kind of have to push your luck. Especially like if your other support is not going to do it, you can do it.
Yeah.
Don't go too aggressive. You kind of have to watch the situation, but you can make the impact, right? Right, because like,
And I tried to nano diva because they're gonna pressure.
I see.
I was sad about this nano.
But yeah, do you see just like I know I had that sped up, but like, did you see how much you just kind of weren't doing anything there, right?
Yeah.
Yes, sure, the cart was pushing, but it's much better if we can actually pressure them out of their positions and not even have to take a fight instead, right? And now we are kind of stuck, and I see we're getting stuck on cart here, right? That's good.
Yeah.
I can slow this down now. But yeah, see, we can't play cart, and that's gonna be, I know it's a ranked thing because nobody's pushing the cart.
Yeah,
but
and plus I'm the main support, haha, like all that.
If we play cart here, Queen drops on us, Kiri, Tracer, Sojourn, they just all have a feast, right?
They have every single high ground, every single angle.
Exactly, right? That's a great kill, but you
And
hear
then
Tracer.
I tried to greet too much.
Yeah, you hear the Tracer behind you. You see the Queen. You try to ego her.
And then I tried to ego the queen.
Right. Don't forget.
Oh,
don't
God.
forget though that like Sleep Dart is only 3 seconds on tanks, right? So
That is true.
you got to be a little careful about how you approach engages like that, right?
Yeah.
So here, your team has made that space for you. Let's go. Right?
And then
This is fine. Keep running. Just keep running away from her. Oh,
Keep
damn.
running.
Yeah, I think we were just a little slow, right? We kind of knew Queen, or we figured out Queen was on us. I think that at that point we know that we're safe to go this way. We're in pressure. We just need to go, right? We don't have any support. It's just us. Sure, you missed the sleep, but
Yeah.
kind of whatever. Right.
And look, I'm also saying I haven't played in a couple weeks.
You're good. No, you're good. Damn.
I somehow didn't even hear the Tracer like upstairs.
Yeah.
I don't know how.
That's it's kind of whatever, right? You got stuck with pulls, but your team made the space. It's gonna be okay. Now, where should we go?
Now instead of pushing main, I should have gone up top left in this situation to. This how I have better sight lines and I'm able to pressure him up or
Yeah.
keep on the back foot and all that.
Yeah, absolutely. Because they're cleaning up. They don't need any help. I mean, look how healthy they are, right? That's kind of like that's one of the things. It's like on all supports, right? You kind of have to realize it's like, okay, if my team does not need the resources, where can I put my resources, right? What can I do with myself if they don't need me? Because I can do something here. I don't have to be worthless. I don't have to just be like autopiloting. I can be a little more proactive since my team does not really need me at this moment. And, you know, especially if they're pushing up and getting ready, one of the big things that they go off of are, you know, antis. You know, if you're playing a Kiriko, if you get a big headshot, that's another great follow-up that somebody can go with, right? That kind of stuff. So, like you said, it sounds like we will be running it down main.
Yeah, I think they're carry D. They're carry DC.
That's big. That's big. I mean, it's fine, right? But now we can, you know, probably get up top. We don't need to play on the bottom here. Do you know how to get up top? It's not very intuitive, but.
I think from here you have to go through that door and there's a staircase behind.
Are they DC'd just for a little bit or?
I think they do join back.
Okay, good. Yeah. So, you know, this is another time, you know, rotate when it's safe. You know, this is not a great rotation most of the time, but since nobody's here, it's your chance to feast, right? You can play further back, you can just play looking at that choke, ready for the nade, or if you really want to go for it, you can play up here. They don't know that you're there. Right? They walk out, instantly dead. Stuff like that. You can do whatever, right? There's a lot you can work with here because they're having to walk into you. Make it a living hell. You know, don't just sit there and how do I say it? Don't
no, Twitter your thumbs. Like,
don't take a good fight. Take a better fight, right? Like don't take a fair fight. Make it unfair for them. Yeah. But this should be okay. Whatever. They're down one.
And then.
Yeah. Your D.Va just hits a sick.
The thing is, I was not expecting my D.Va to bomb there because she didn't comment anything. So.
Yeah. Well, you kind of have to just watch.
I kind of have to.
Teammates,
I guess I have to assume in that case.
Yeah.
This ends now.
So you do kind of get stuck with cart here. I think that's fine. See, that's also a nade that's like, what's the plan, right?
The thing I was trying to nade. I guess I saw the verse. And
Yeah.
the verse or Tracer top.
You just kind of see it and you chuck it, right? You kind of want to put a little more thought into where it's gonna go, right? Just just slow down just a hair. And just think, okay, if I am to throw this, what is the most likely place that it will hit people, right? And in that time, you may also just figure out, like, nobody's set up, right? Let's see here, right? You throw this nade. Who's in? D.Va's not. Reaper's in the back line. You don't have an Echo. They're all looking at Reaper, right? This could be a good spot. I think so. But in that time, you may also think, like, you know, they all have health, so they can go. But if maybe that's not the case, maybe they just don't look like they're ready. Maybe you just take that moment. You go, I'm about to throw it. Actually, I'm gonna wait a second, right? Maybe I wait. Okay. Just the split second nades are really tough because yes, you will have to make those calls a lot of the time, but you know, it's a very, very powerful cooldown that you can kind of min-max a little, right? How much better would a nade have been if you waited 2 seconds, you know, and maybe also hit your D.Va while you hit the Zarya, force a bubble early, etc.
Or for Suzu or whatever.
Yeah. I think nade timing is just what makes this character fun. Now, again, look
then
where we
that
are.
was so bad.
We're still on
But
the
my
we're,
positioning.
Yeah, we're still on the ground.
Mhm.
Here is probably a good spot for us to go because remember we don't need to have the cart moving at all times, especially if a fight is breaking out, right?
Mhm.
And when you're gonna, I mean, you've played on a team, but when you're in scrims and when you're probably in tryouts too, people will be asking like, let's just put this person on the cart instead or anything like that, right? More than likely, it will not be Ana. Like 9 times out of 10, Ana will not be on the cart. She's a little too susceptible. She needs good positioning to get it. Here, you know, D.Va is probably fine. I would say you could probably walk up top and try to find something else there. You are in a nice defensible position. I think it's okay. You know, that nade is, you know.
It's a nade. It's a nade.
If D.Va is
and then that
fine,
saves-
if D.Va is like, what's it called? She's out of the fight, basically like that. You know, Zarya's not going to push her. You don't need to. You don't need to nade for defense, right? You can just use your primary, have your Kiriko do it, right? You only really nade your team when there's no other option, right? Because nade is such a powerful offensive tool that you don't just want to throw it out. It's like you know, you play BAP in this code later.
Yes.
It's like BAP. You don't want to just regen burst because you see someone is low, right? It's a little too important to be throwing out like that. You need to kind of wait until it would matter, right? You know, when it's oh, they're actively getting hurt, so I need to just make sure that they live through this, right? Now, also, the thing is with this position, yes, it's defensible, sure, but you have no pressure on these guys, right? And a Zarya, a nade on Zarya,
She goes,
you know?
she goes bubble it. If I
Yeah.
nade, anyone else close, like the Mercy or
Right.
Sojourn, they can Suzu it. If I don't cooldown properly.
yeah.
You're powered up. Get in.
And I thought that.
I appreciate. Come over here.
Now, even if, so we are main, right? The fight's broken out, whatever. I've realized I should probably be up here. That doesn't mean that there's nowhere that we can be that will probably help. Put yourself here, right? Give yourself the sight line, right? Maybe, I doubt this is actually anything, but, you know, you could throw a nade up there. I can see it, right?
Yeah, I can see that.
And if they're not looking at you, you know, why not jump up here and just kind of like chuck it, right?
Yeah.
you know they're back there, right? You know, they're not looking at you. Try to squeeze as much out as possible. Be greedy, right? Or I say not greedy, but like if it's if you have it, eat it, right?
Yeah.
If you have the opportunity, you should take it. If there's not
Yeah.
much risk to it, you might as well, right?
Yeah.
That's fine. Big sleep. Oh.
And then I don't know how the truth.
Yeah, so I think this is also just like, and I'm just going to keep going. It's a snowball of our position, right? Tracer has no problem getting to us. You're just kind of out in the open. You have no defense, right? You're basically, when you forget about it and you push up, that's her key. Like, that's her opportunity, right? You're a sitting duck. There's nothing you can do about it. The way that Tracer misses pulse bombs on you is that you know she's coming and you play around corners, right?
Okay.
So you kind of get sloppy, right? You are Ana, and on a team you don't need to track every single ultimate, right? Not everybody needs to ult track everything, right? There's typically one person designated. Everyone kind of helps out, right?
Yeah.
But it is your job to know when they have pulse bomb, when you are susceptible to it, right? It's kind of the same thing about Reinhardt with like Rein mirrors, right? You got to know when that guy's gonna have shatter because it's your responsibility to deal with it, right?
Yeah.
So when you look at a team comp, you go, what are the things that I really need to worry about? And like when you see that Tracer, especially on Ana, pulse bomb. That is the number one. Kind of the same thing with BAP too, right? Now we're on the high ground, right?
Now, finally, after like 4 fucking minutes. Holy shit.
I will say somebody did get grabbed. You didn't really take a look at him. Just
No,
give him a nice like. Can I do anything? Oh yeah, I see. I don't have nade,
the
but
problem is, see, I did, but I was afraid I was going to drop if I went a little too far.
There's another nade that's just kind of like haphazard, right? I think also here, like, let's look at our position. We do see Tracer. We're being a little, weary of her. Where is your sight line here? Is nothing, right? You can't
I don't see anything.
You can't see anything.
Mhm.
But you only have one thing to worry about up here.
Mhm.
You can very much so make this Tracer fuck off, right?
Yep.
If you come put yourself over here, even if she tries to get on you, you have a lot of effective HP. You know she doesn't have bomb. You have nade and sleep dart, right? And you have a diva who is trying to find a way in, right? So you can take this opportunity to come over here, nade the backline, be aggressive, right? Let diva come in. She is struggling to find her value, but you have all this space to work with, especially like if you do find yourself in the middle of something and you just kind of like always, if you feel like you're sitting somewhere or like not really doing anything, you find yourself checking out, just kind of think to yourself, do I have a sideline? Do I have something to do? Is there anything else I could be doing? Right? Mm-hmm. Don't just be complacent and just kind of look at your tank, right?
Yeah.
It's kind of... All right, we do end up coming a little further. Don't be afraid to nade him. Oh, you don't have. Well.
Yeah, I kind of don't.
Ah, well. But yeah. I'm gonna say we probably we're gonna bleed out, right?
Yep.
Okay, let's see. Let's fix this final fight here, right? That could be a gigantic nade value. You have two. You know it. You could go aggressive with Nano here, right? You know that D.Va is gonna want to go off of it.
Yep. And then
there you go. Classic. It's just Tracer's got pulled, so you weren't really tracking, right? You got complacent with your positioning as well. What I like to do on Ana is there's a time, there's a rhythm to your shots, right? So it's like shot, right? In the in-between, like something like D.Va who's just holding corner here. It's an easy shot. You don't have to worry about it, right?
no, of course.
Shoot her, check your flanks, right? Shot, look, just in case. You want to be a little like more, and maybe it's not even like fully checking your flanks, just kind of like you in your corner of your eye while you're shooting D.Va, who's not really going anywhere. Look in your peripheral. What do you see over here? What is a danger, right? So I'm just like, I'm shot, look. Tracer is shooting me. D.Va's probably okay. Kiri's there. Let me turn, right?
Okay. And then I just realized too late.
Yeah. So I think big thing is nade, right? We want to be a little more thoughtful with our nades, a little more proactive. We want our positioning to be, again, proactive. We want to be not greedy, but we want to be more, what's it called? Take what we're given, right? We want to work with what we have. Blah, blah, blah. We'll just keep going. And then also we want to make sure we're tracking what is going to be the most, what's it called?
The most important cooldowns, most important ults.
Yeah. We're gonna be tracking who is the most danger to us. If you're playing with like a Brig or something, you do that still, right? Don't forget that is still something you have to do. Yes, Brig can help you a little bit more, but you are still like susceptible to it. So,
all right, once again, down below is my Discord link. That is where you can send me those replay codes. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe if you liked this video. And also, catch me live on twitch.tv/Lane Hemingway. That's Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays is when I'm live. I'd love to see you there. Thank you guys so much. Have a good day.